All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my messy ass garage, as always. As you can see, vet sitting outside, right about there. Truck's inside, then I've got my truck inside. Today we are going to, my beard's all messed up. Today we are going to attempt to change the transmission fluid on this 2003 1500 HD with a 6-liter and a 4L80. So let's crawl underneath here real quick. There we go. Training pan's right there. We've got a drain plug right there. We can drain it before we drop it. And then we've got, there's a clip or something that's supposed to be able to come loose to move that shift linkage so that we can get to those bolts. The hardest bolts are going to be back up in there. So yeah, this could take a while just because of how hard and difficult everything is. Luckily for me, this truck's lifted, so I don't have to jack it up or anything. It'll be fairly decent. So I'm going to get started on that, and we'll talk to you guys later. I'll check in halfway through. All right, pan gasket is off. Actually doesn't look too bad. There's, you know, just your normal wear on there. The fluid is really dark and burnt. So we'll get that cleaned up. This is one of the factory usable, it's got that metal sleeve insert so you can't over tighten gaskets. So I think I'll use that versus the kit I got from Napa. Yeah, we're working on this too for my neighbor, so we'll be putting a carb on that tomorrow hopefully. But the kit that I got from Napa comes with a cork gasket, and so that kit is like 20 something bucks, and it just the filter alone was the same price, so I just got the kit just in case that gasket went bad. But we're going to clean it up. We'll reuse that one, and we shouldn't have any problems with that. So I'll get everything cleaned up, and I got to get the, so we got to pull the filter out. Flip you around. We got to pull the filter out, and then there's a bushing in there that we got to take out too and put in a new bushing. So we'll do that right now, and then we'll clean the pan and get everything ready to go and put it back in. All right, transmission pan gasket is back on. We have our Napa Deck 6. So we're going to upgrade to the Deck 6, and then this thing's got 197,000 miles, and the Deck 6 has better properties than Deck 3, and I don't know, I mean, it's supposedly better from what I read. So we're going to upgrade to the Deck 6. This thing mainly just tows, goes to the dump. Deep snow, I use it in the wintertime more than I'll drive the car, but so it works for the most part. Otherwise, it just sits. So we'll just put a good fluid in it, call it good. We're going to put about 4 quarts in it, 5 quarts in it. Then we'll start it up, let it warm up, and then start checking our fluid levels from there. So I'll see you shortly. All right, so we just ran the truck down the road, made sure it went through all the gears, double checked the fluid level. I put in 5.5 quarts. I had gone to Napa and bought 4 more quarts at 11 something a quart. Because they told me it took over 7 to do this, but I put in 5.5, just drove it down the road, checked the fluid and filter level, or checked the fluid level, and everything's fine. So I didn't completely flush out tranny cooler or nothing, but it definitely feels a lot better. Around here, you can hear my exhaust leak, but everything's good. I did find out that this passenger side motor mount is bad, so I'm gonna have to change that. So I'm gonna pull this out of the garage and be done with it, clean up my mess. Then we're gonna back in the Corvette and change out some exhaust clamps on that muffler delete kit. I don't like the clamps that they send with the kit. I don't like the way they look, so I went and bought some 2.5-inch band clamps, and we're gonna put those on just so it looks a lot nicer, a little cleaner finish. So, all right, I'll be back after a while. All right, so I got my mess all cleaned up, got the Corvette back in the garage, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna remove these clamps, one on either side, because they look like crap from the back of the car. And then we're gonna put some band clamp styles, and I'm gonna put the clip the clamp side forward so you don't see them from the back, so it should be a nice smooth transition and look a lot better than that shit. So I'll show you a couple tips that I do along the way, but let's get these off and get the other ones prepped. All right, so there's one of the clamps prepped. I like to use the high temp even bead, and I just do a little line around the outside, and it helps create a better seal. So I'm not going to be able to show you how to put this on holding the camera and trying to get this done, because I don't want to make a huge mess, but I'll get it on and show you what it looks like afterwards. All right, so there's one side done. Looking from the back of the car, that's way cleaner than looking at those clamps. What I didn't show you is that I had to run back up to Napa and get 2 1/4 inch, because 2 1/2 wouldn't seal on this side. You can see right here there's a little ridge where it necks down where the other pipe slides over. So this is still wet. I'll wipe that down. I got some good squeeze out, so I know I've got a seal. So we'll wipe that down, clean it up, and make it look pretty, and then we'll do the other side. All right, there it is, completed project. I tried to hide the clamps as much as possible. You can still see a nut or a bolt hanging down a little bit, but that is way cleaner look than those 2 giant exhaust clamps. So I know it's a short video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Off the ground. Trying to get all this done today so that maybe tomorrow the weather's supposed to be a lot nicer. There was a chance of rain today, but we are tomorrow. Well, I was trying to get the truck done for one thing, but tomorrow we're hoping to get you flipped around here, hook up to that, and get it ready to go, so that it can go on the water within the next 2 weeks. I want to be, like I told you before, we've had that thing for 1.5 years. Finally got it fixed to where we can use it. The plan is this year not to do very many car shows, and do a lot more boating, fishing, having fun, doing whatever. So we'll take you along for that ride, but we've got to get the maintenance and everything done on it, get it cleaned up, and make sure it's ready to go. And like I said, I wanted to have the truck's transmission fluid changed. That stuff was dirty, like really dirty. So I wanted to get that changed before we start towing again. You know, the plan was this year, a friend of mine has a pontoon boat also. We were going to go hit several different lakes and fish different lakes and that, but with fuel prices so high, you know, I run premium non-ethanol in the boat just because I don't want to hurt anything. And, you know, I can't afford to haul it everywhere. So it's going to just sit at my dad's house on the lake, which is not a bad thing. I've done it before, so we'll do it again. But thanks for watching. We'll see you later, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have something else to do.